HP this time?
It is great as always. So last year was very good, the year before, and this year I think it is great. We see a lot of organization. It is very neat, I have to say. And today being the second day, usually it's not as busy as we see it today. So it's very good, and we expect even more in the coming few days.
So what's the focus of HP at JTech this time?
Well, actually, we are looking strategically from the business side. So, our strategy is about providing solutions for the new style of business. You see the changes happening in the industry and the transformation happening in general, and HP actually started that 4 years back. You see the changes happening in the economy and at the political side as well. You see the impact of the Chinese market, the commodities. So a lot of change is happening at the same time. And in this situation, usually you have a lot of challenges and a lot of opportunities in the other hand. And the opportunities is about finding or coming up with a smart idea, with a new idea, and being able to take this idea and translate it into a service or a product or a solution. And this is what we call the idea economy. And we see it as the new style of business. Yeah, you come up with something new, you see an opportunity, and you try to take this and translate it into a solution or a service or a product or an industry, depending on what industry basically you are at. And at HP, we provide solutions to enable our customers to provide this new style of business for their customers, or citizens, or whoever they are servicing at the end of the day. And there we have actually four key pillars in our strategy. One is around the transformation. So we look at the legacy systems that the organizations are having today, and we transform these legacy systems or make it modern. We connect it to the clouds. We create a hybrid environment, a hybrid system that's cloud-based, that will enable our customers to consume the infrastructure in a better and more cost-effective way to get the best return on investment from the application and system they have. So moving from the traditional way of doing business into the new way of doing business from the infrastructure point of view. And in there, our Helion as the cloud platform is the key solution or key product, if you want, we provide for these solutions. The second key pillar in the strategy is about the protection. So when you are going to the internet, when you are talking about smart cities and Internet of Things and the idea economy, and in all of that, you do connect your environment and you have no other option but to connect to the internet. And when you connect to the internet and to the external world, and I'm not limiting the protection only to the external world, but also from the internal side, you are exposed, right? And the exposure is big. The cybercrime is a big issue globally, and it's a top priority for governments and organizations and corporates because of the impact of that. Yeah, you cannot imagine if a data of a military is stolen or if a corporate is stolen. Could be a customer base, could be an IP or innovation project. So the impact usually is very big. And hence, the protection of your environment becomes as a top priority. And this is what we provide at HP. And when you look at the protection, and it is not only about having a disaster recovery, God forbid if you have a fire in a building where you have a data center or your systems, so you can run the system from another place. It's not only about the backup and recovery, but it's also about the security part. And on the security, statistics shows today that 80% of the investments is invested on blocking the environment or blocking the attacks from outside. Statistics shows as well that 82% of the attacks happens from inside, from the application side. And hence when we look at the protection part, we look at it in a very comprehensive way. That we look at the four key areas where you could be attacked. And the first and most important area is actually the user side, because you could have bad guys or you could have good guys doing bad things with good intentions, right? And hence bringing some malware into your organization or your systems without having any bad intention or even knowing in the first place. So the user part is very important. The second part is the infrastructure. So your server, storage, networking, data center, that's extremely important, of course, to protect, and that's usually where people focus. Third area is the application. right? And as I said, 82% of the attacks happens from the application side. But if you assume that the bad guys will break into your users, into your data center, and into your application, the most valuable thing you have is your data. And at the end, you need to protect this data. And that's the fourth area in the four key areas that you need to protect your environment. Yeah, your user side, your infrastructure, your applications, and your data. And at HP, you provide a complete, comprehensive solution to protect your entire environment. And this is the second key pillar in the strategy. So we provide the transformation and then we protect it. The third is about empowering a data-driven organizations, right? So today, again, part of the new economy we are living, it's about the information. If you have the information and the right information earlier than others, you can take the right decision, and if you take the decision fast, act on it fast, then you will be ahead from your competition and ahead from the others. So, and the size of data is increasing every day. And it's not only about the data, because it's like if you, end of the day, you need to get the information and you need to take the right decision based on that. And it is like if you are looking for a needle in a hay, right? The more information you have, it is like you are adding more hay, and then it is more difficult to find the needle, yeah? If you want to find the needle faster and better, you need to reduce the amount of hay, but in a qualitative way and quantitative way at the same time. And this is what we do. So we have a system called Heaven. This is what we provide for the big data, or for the empowerment for our partners to have a data-driven organizations. And based on Heaven, you have different analytics. Some are for structured data, or some unstructured data, some machinery data, some human data. So the system accommodates different kinds of data and gives you the option to extract the information on real time or in batches depending on the need you have. Yeah, a very nice, good example is actually the number recognition system in Dubai. We're allowed to use it as a reference, and hence I'm talking about it. But you see some of the police cars moving in the street with cameras on the top at a very normal speed and doing nothing. Reality is that they are actually taking photos of the plates, recognizing the number, and then the officer in the car will be able to see if this car is stolen, if any problem on the car, is the number matching the model, matching the color, or if there is any issue. And if he finds that there is any issue, then he will stop the car and take the right action, right? This is a very simple example of real live data analytics for unstructured data, because it's photos and numbers and mixed of it. It could be machinery data. Yeah, if you are talking about oil fields, right, and digital oil fields where you are collecting data from the drilling and the field and analyzing it in the back office and getting the information you need to extract to decide if you are digging in the right place or not, at the right depth or not, and yeah. It could be any kind. It could be the user behavior. How are you using your credit card? How often? What products are you buying? What time of the year? What age is actually spending more? Which country? Which city? And so on and so forth. And then based on that, you decide to run a campaign, for example, right? So in general, the data and the information is a key enabler today for any business to succeed, right? And that's a third pillar in our strategy that we're providing today. The fourth and a very important pillar as well is about enabling the workplace. So basically, and if we make an example of the banking, we used to go to the bank to deposit a check, transfer money, order for a new credit card. You used to go to maybe the water and electricity authorities to pay the water bills, electricity bills. Today, you don't need to do any of that. Yeah, you can do it from your smart device, from your phone. And not only that, that's maybe from the customer side, also for your own team. If you have a sales force that's running in the market trying to sell a product, and he wants to create a proposal with certain configuration or certain quantities, or check if you have these products on the stock, and he deliver today faster than the competition, he doesn't need anymore to make a call or go back to the office, log into the system, check in the stock, and then call the customer next day or 2-3 days after to tell him. Now on the spot, your team or your sales force can have access to the systems the same way they can have access to it in the office, again from your smart device. And hence you are enabling the workplace to use any device, anywhere, anytime, to get the information you need to do your job. Yeah. So 4 key pillars. One is the transformation, second is the protection, third is the empowerment, and fourth is the enablement. Yeah, these are the 4 key pillars in the strategy.
So like recently, like over the last year, the Aruba has become a HP company. So like what other big companies are we going to see as HP companies?
Well, it's a continuous transformation. If you look at it, actually, and as I said, we started that almost 4 years back. We're also doing a separation, so we're separating the HP company into 2 big organizations. One is HPI and one is HPE. Each will be one of the top 50 fortunes. Again, the objective is to focus more, provide better services, more agility to our customers, adapt to the idea economy. And as we go, of course, we're investing in the R&D. We are the biggest investor, I would say, in the R&D, in the IT industry. And at the same time, of course, when we see a good opportunity for good solution that adds value or complement our solution portfolio to provide better solutions and better services to our customers, we'll definitely go for it. Yeah, it's business and it's continuous, and so business as usual. Yeah.
But like, are there like particular domains that you would want to integrate into HP? Like by Aruba, you're integrating the mobility thing entirely. So like any domain that is not in HP that you want to look into?
Actually, if you allow me to say that, it could be a little bit the other way around. So today, and if you allow me to be humbly saying that, and actually most of the analysts, if not all of them, are saying that HP today has the most comprehensive portfolio in the industry, right? We see the competition going for acquisitions and integrating together because they just realize that if I play in the storage only, I will not be able to make it, right? If I will play in the servers only, I will not be able to make it, right? If I will play in the networking only, I will not be able to make it, because the future is about converged. Actually, the current, I wouldn't say the future. The current and the future is about converged, and about the clouds, and about the idea economy, right? And if you look at that, while the competition is behind us maybe 3-4 years, we are quite ahead of them. But for sure, we continue to listen to our customers. We continue to understand our customer needs and translate that into IT solutions. Whatever we can invent to add on top, we'll do. Whatever it's easier or faster or better to acquire, we'll definitely do.
Like talking of converged infrastructure, like but exactly as you see, like you guys are technology companies, so the technology is like evolving like at a light speed. So like are there channel partners, are there SIs, are there actually the traditional ones are like keeping up to the standard, or like how do you actually plan to bring them on the same level?
Actually, it's a very good question, by the way, and I really appreciate it because it's extremely important. Yeah, we do more than 90% of our business indirect, so with and via and through our channel partners. And then every step we make sure that we are enabling our partners to be ready for the next step. Yeah. So talking about acquisitions, we train and certify our partners to be capable to deliver that. Talking about the strategy I mentioned to you, we train, certify, and develop our partners to be able to sell and deliver and support what we are providing. So we work hand in hand with our partners in every single step. This is key for us. Their success is our success, and our success is their success. Yeah. So we go hand in hand. We don't leave them behind, for sure.
So like when you talk of converged infrastructure, what does like come to the forefront when it comes from HP? Like what are the solutions that comes to the forefront?
Well, actually, we have many, right? So if you are talking, I gave you some examples. If you are talking about SAP HANA and analytics, you have a complete system that's fully integrated, where it comes pre-tested and it is configured and it is designed to provide the best performance and best price for SAP HANA. Yeah, you buy it as an appliance. Right? So it includes the server, the storage, the networking, and the software into it, tested, designed to deliver for you the best performance. We have other examples of Apollo. That's a new system that we announced recently. Again, different products. We have one product, the 4000, that's for the big data analytics, designed to do this job and get the best performance out of it. Some are designed, that's the 7000 and 9000 for the high performance computing. So if you are doing seismic, again, if you are doing analytics, digital oil field, these are the products that's designed in particular for that, to give you the best performance at the best price, highest availability for this particular solution. Yeah, and this is what we call purpose-built systems, designed from the first step till the end to give you the best performance at the best price, the right computing and storage capacity, and the right networking bandwidth that you need for that particular solution.
So, like from our interactions with other ticket distributors or channel partners, we have gathered to know that HP is a part of several smart city initiatives. So, like, what kind of excitement the technologies should be like we looking forward to from HP?
Well, as I said, every day we come with something new. Innovation is our, and R&D is in our DNA, right? So we continue to invest in that. It's about digital life, yeah, if I may put it this way. It's about digital life, it's about smart cities, it's about the idea economy, and we continue to transform to get there. And as I mentioned and I repeat it, we continue also to transform it jointly with our partners and with our eco partners as well, being system integrators and other solution providers, to provide the best to our customers.
So, like, if you like talk directly, like Dell's acquisition of this AMC that's getting a bigger approach in the market, like, what is your actual comment? Like, how is it actually going to affect their business or other businesses as well?
Okay, so to me, it is very good news, and I tell you in what sense. So it could happen, it might not happen, yeah, because it's open for the coming 3 months for other buyers and so on and so forth. If it happens, it is proving that our strategy that we started 4 years back, positioning and introducing what's called the converged infrastructure to the market, is the right strategy, and it proved that we are 4 years ahead of our competition. If it doesn't happen, it's also good, because we all know that a solo single player in one piece of the industry will not succeed, will not win in the future.
So, like, how do you actually see that, like, given the size of the company that Dell is and given the size like AMC is, one buying the other, like, what's your perspective on that kind of a thing?
Actually, if we look today as HP,
So is it like a good news for HP in that way also?
in all scenarios, it's very good news for HP. The same way I look at it. Yeah, if it happens, they're proving us right, but proving also that they're 4 years behind us. If it doesn't happen, I feel bad for them.
Okay, so like what's next on the roadmap for HP?
So basically, again, to continue to provide solutions for the new style of business. The new style of business is very dynamic, and we are very agile to understand, listen to our customers, listen to the markets, and come up with new solutions to make the life of the citizens easier, to make the life of the organizations and their speeds to get their business and increasing their top line and bottom line faster, easier, and better. That's what we are behind.
And like we're hearing a lot of the Internet of Things, being connected, being mobile. So like obviously security is being talked of as an IoT challenge. So do you think apart from security, there are any other challenges which could come up with widespread adoption of IoT?
Well, I don't know if I can say that, but I don't see security as a challenge. Yeah, it is an important pillar in the solution, right? And when we are talking about security and attacks, it's like virus and antivirus. A virus comes, you come as a new antivirus that protects everything in the market. You come up with a new virus and again antivirus. Yeah, the rocket and the radar and this is security. It is part of life. It is part of the IT industry. It shouldn't stop us from growing and doing the business the right way. I don't see any other risk, Of course, there are some quote-unquote technology limitations when you are talking about the number of devices you can connect and manage at the same time. So IP6 then comes to the talk. But it's a simple equation end of the day. Yeah, it is just a leverage on the industry and the technology that we have today. In a sense, when you talk about the Internet of Things, yeah, in a very simple way, what is it? It's about connecting all the devices together, right? So connectivity. And if you can connect directly to the network or Wi-Fi, that's easy. If not, then you will put then a SIM card into it and connect via the service provider. Then it becomes what's called machine to machine. Then having all of that together, managing it, feeding and extracting data out of it, managing this data, right? Doing the analytics, getting the right information to take the right decision, to provide better services and grow your business. That's the whole simple idea, if you want, of the Internet of Things, or if you want to call it future city, if you want to call it machine to machine. It is all very much interlinked, if you want. It is an industry that exists today. It's a technology that exists today, It is a new leverage on the technology, the way I see it. And if you have an exposure today because you are connected to the internet, which we all do, and we need to protect it the right way, it is the same thing for the Internet of Things or future city or smart city. It is about if you are doing and if you will do your homework or not. If you do your homework right, protecting, and the same way we talked about protect your environment, then that's good, right? You have no issue. Actually, for your point, if you want to elaborate more on there, we do create feeds in the sense that you know the story of the bad guy. So in the security world, the bad guy is the first fear. He is the one guy who will try to go and attack your environment. From the application, from the network, from the user side, just planting a malware and then at certain point go leverage on that. Yeah, this is the bad guy. What we do is that we make or generate feeds. Feeds mean that you do a kind of testing, I don't know want to call it attack, to all the environment you have, to the application, to the network infrastructure user side, to see if you have any holes in the system, and immediately you report that to the different vendors, because you could be using Microsoft application or SAP application or Oracle application. It is part of our job as a security solution provider and technology provider in there to go back to this application or vendors and telling them, listen, you have holes ABC, yeah, and we need to fix it. And then we'll have a new version or a firmware upgrade or a bug fixing or whatever you call it. But we do this kind of feeds to test the environment on continuous basis, so we are ahead of the bad guy. Yeah? So the more effort you put in that, the more protection you have for your environment. And by the way, while we do that as part of our integrated solution, we also provide it as a service. So if a customer has a solution that has nothing to do with HP, a platform that has nothing to do with HP, but the customer wants to buy this kind of services from HP just to generate feeds and test the environment to see if they have any holes, report it, help them fix it, that's a service we provide. But it is part of the services or part of the overall product portfolio and service portfolio that we provide to our customers. And hence I'm saying, is it more risky to go to Internet of Things and future city and so on? It is as risky as what we have today, yeah? But we will not stop. We cannot stop live because we have risk. You have risk when you are going to the street driving your cars. Yeah? God forbid you might have an accident, right? But are you stopping? No, you just need to put the rules and the regulations and follow it to make sure that you are safe. It is the same concept there. Yeah, but we do have the solutions and the technology to protect our customers' environments and network and future cities and Internet of Things.
Right. So we look forward to lots of more exciting technologies from HP.
Thank you very much.
So much for your time.